You know those moments when you walk into a room and suddenly you have no idea why you're there? Or when someone introduces themselves and you swear you just heard their name a second ago, but it's already slipped away? We've all been there at some point, right? It's frustrating and maybe even a little embarrassing. But the truth is, you're not alone. As we get older, it's normal for our brains to slow down a bit. However, that doesn't mean we have to accept memory lapses or mental fog as part of getting older. What if I told you there's one food, simple, natural, and easy to include in your daily meals, that can significantly improve your mental clarity after 60? In this video, we'll explore that very food and how it can help you stay sharp, focused, and clear-minded as you age. I'll walk you through some of the research behind it, how it works, and some practical tips on how to incorporate it into your routine. This isn't just about preventing memory loss, it's about actively boosting your brain power and keeping your mind as strong as your body. So, let's dive in. The number one food that can boost your mental clarity is fatty fish. I know, it sounds pretty simple. But let me explain why this unassuming food is so incredibly powerful for your brain. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout are packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats are vital for brain health. In fact, the brain is made up of about 60% fat, and a good portion of that fat is omega-3s. When you eat fatty fish, you're giving your brain the building blocks it needs to stay sharp and focused. Now, you might be wondering, but why omega-3s? How do they really work for my brain? Well, the answer is pretty fascinating. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially one called DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, play a crucial role in the structure and function of your brain cells. DHA helps maintain the integrity of cell membranes, allowing brain cells to communicate more effectively. This means better memory, sharper thinking, and even improved mood. In fact, studies show that people who regularly consume omega-3s tend to have better cognitive function and a lower risk of developing dementia or Alzheimer's disease. One study, for example, found that seniors who ate more omega-3 rich foods had better memory function and less mental decline over time. So if you're looking to keep your mind sharp and avoid those frustrating moments of forgetfulness, fatty fish is a powerful tool to have in your corner. But don't just take my word for it. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that omega-3s can actually improve brain function even in older adults. The study found that higher levels of DHA were linked to better memory, quicker reaction times, and an overall clearer mind. And that's not all. Omega-3s have been shown to help reduce inflammation in the brain, which can be a contributing factor to cognitive decline. As we age, chronic inflammation can slow us down mentally and physically, so keeping it in check is vital. Now that you understand why fatty fish is so beneficial, you might be asking, how can I include more of this in my diet? The good news is, it's easier than you might think. A serving of salmon or mackerel a couple of times a week can make a big difference. If you're not a fan of fish, don't worry. You can also get omega-3s from other sources like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. But the truth is, fish is one of the most potent sources, especially when it comes to DHA. And don't feel like you have to eat a fancy fish dish every day. Even adding small servings to your meals can have a positive impact. Try a salmon salad for lunch or grilled mackerel with some roasted vegetables for dinner. These meals are not only delicious, but they also help fuel your brain with the nutrients it craves. But here's the thing. Eating fatty fish is just one part of the equation. If you want to get the most out of this brain-boosting food, it's important to pair it with a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle. That means making sure you're also taking care of your body and mind in other ways. You've probably heard this before, but it's worth repeating. A healthy diet, regular exercise, good sleep, and stress management all work together to keep your brain in tip-top shape. Now, as we talk about eating healthy, we also need to consider what not to eat. We all know that too much sugar, processed foods, and unhealthy fats can have a negative impact on our health. But did you know that these foods can also contribute to brain fog, poor memory, and even long-term cognitive decline? So, while you're adding more fatty fish to your plate, it's just as important to cut back on those foods that can drag your brain down. By now, you might be getting excited about the idea of adding more fatty fish to your meals. But maybe you're still wondering how to incorporate it into your everyday routine. Well, stay tuned, because I'm about to share some easy tips on how to make fatty fish a regular part of your diet. But before we get into that, let's take a closer look at some other key factors that play a role in maintaining mental clarity as we age. Now that we know how powerful fatty fish can be for boosting mental clarity, let's dive deeper into how we can support our brain with other foods and habits that complement these benefits. As we age, it's not just about one food or supplement that works wonders. It's about building a consistent routine that nurtures our body and mind. So, aside from fatty fish, what other foods should we be adding to our plates to enhance brain health? First, let's talk about berries. Yes, you heard me right. Those sweet, juicy berries that make a delicious snack or a topping for your yogurt or oatmeal. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. These little powerhouses are packed with antioxidants, specifically flavonoids, which have been shown to improve brain function. These antioxidants help protect the brain from oxidative stress, which can damage brain cells over time and accelerate aging. Research from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry has shown that regular consumption of berries can improve memory and delay cognitive decline. The flavonoids in berries also enhance communication between brain cells, making it easier for us to recall information and stay sharp throughout the day. So, if you're looking for an easy way to support your memory, just grab a handful of berries next time you're feeling snacky. They're not only tasty, but they're also a simple and natural way to protect your brain from the inside out. Next up, we have nuts, especially walnuts. Walnuts are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids as well, but they also pack a punch when it comes to antioxidants and vitamin E. Vitamin E is essential for protecting brain cells from oxidative damage, and studies have shown that higher levels of vitamin E in the diet are associated with better cognitive function in older adults. But walnuts don't stop there. They also contain compounds that help reduce inflammation, which is key to keeping your brain healthy and your mental clarity intact. If you're not a fan of walnuts, no worries. Almonds, hazelnuts, and pistachios are also great choices. A handful of nuts a day is an easy way to fuel your brain and improve its function without overcomplicating your diet. Plus, they make a great snack that you can grab on the go. Whether you're enjoying them on their own or adding them to a salad or smoothie, nuts are a great addition to any brain-boosting meal plan. But here's where things get even more interesting: leafy greens. You've probably heard about the importance of leafy greens for overall health, but did you know that they're especially important for your brain? Vegetables like spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard are full of folate and vitamin K, two nutrients that are crucial for cognitive function and memory. Folate helps produce new brain cells, while vitamin K plays a role in brain signaling, keeping communication between brain cells efficient. Incorporating leafy greens into your diet is surprisingly easy. Toss a handful of spinach into a smoothie, add kale to your soup, or make a fresh salad with some Swiss chard and avocado. These greens are not only great for your brain, but also offer tons of other health benefits, like improving heart health and reducing inflammation. They're a win-win for both your body and mind. While we're talking about plant-based foods, avocados also deserve a mention. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which help keep blood flowing to the brain. This supports better brain function, especially in areas that control memory and cognitive performance. Plus, avocados are full of vitamin E, which, as we discussed earlier, plays a crucial role in protecting your brain cells from oxidative stress. Add a few slices of avocado to your sandwich, toss them into a salad, or enjoy them with a sprinkle of salt and pepper as a snack. It's a creamy, satisfying way to nourish your brain. Now, you might be wondering, is there anything else I should know to keep my brain sharp as I age? Well, let's talk about one more important factor: hydration. It might seem simple, but drinking enough water is essential for maintaining mental clarity and focus. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even memory problems. Our brains are made up of about 75% water, so it's no surprise that staying hydrated helps keep your mind in top shape. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day, and try to carry a water bottle with you throughout the day as a reminder. But it's not just about food and hydration. Physical activity plays a huge role in supporting brain health too. Regular exercise, especially aerobic activities like walking, swimming, or cycling, increases blood flow to the brain and promotes the growth of new brain cells. Exercise also helps reduce the effects of stress, which can impair cognitive function over time. Even just a brisk 30-minute walk every day can make a noticeable difference in your mental clarity. And let's not forget about sleep. Getting enough rest is essential for consolidating memories and allowing your brain to repair itself. Poor sleep has been linked to cognitive decline, so aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. A good night's sleep doesn't just improve memory, it also helps with problem solving and decision making, so it's one of the simplest ways to boost your mental clarity without doing anything extra. Now, as we've explored some of the best foods and habits for supporting brain health, it's clear that there is no one magic food that will instantly make you sharper. But when you combine the power of fatty fish with other brain-boosting foods, along with a healthy lifestyle, you're creating a foundation for a sharper mind as you age. If you've been feeling like your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be, don't worry. These simple changes can make a big difference. It's not about being perfect. It's about making small, consistent improvements. Adding more fatty fish to your meals, snacking on berries and nuts, and incorporating leafy greens and healthy fats will help you feel more focused and mentally clear in no time. So, what's next? We've covered some great food choices, but there's still more to explore when it comes to boosting mental clarity. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll take a look at how these foods work together to improve brain function and how you can create a personalized plan to support your brain health in the long run. As we continue our conversation about brain health, let's take a step back and look at how these foods and habits all work together to improve cognitive function. By now, we know that fatty fish, berries, leafy greens, nuts, and avocados all play key roles in boosting mental clarity. But how do these foods interact with your brain to create lasting benefits? It all comes down to neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. In other words, it's your brain's way of adapting, learning, and improving no matter your age. The great news is that the foods we've discussed, particularly those rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and vitamins, actually promote neuroplasticity. They help your brain form new connections, repair damaged ones, and maintain overall brain health. For example, the omega-3s in fatty fish are essential for maintaining the structure of brain cells and promoting neurogenesis, which is the process of creating new neurons. This is especially important as we age, since the rate of neuron growth naturally slows down. By eating more fatty fish, you're supporting the creation of new neurons and keeping your brain's communication system running smoothly. Meanwhile, the antioxidants in berries help reduce oxidative stress, which is a major contributor to brain aging. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals damage brain cells, leading to cognitive decline. Berries, with their high levels of flavonoids, counteract this process, helping to keep your brain protected from damage and maintain mental clarity. It's almost like giving your brain a shield, allowing it to function at its best. Nuts, especially walnuts, are another powerhouse for supporting neuroplasticity. The healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E in nuts all contribute to reducing brain inflammation and improving communication between brain cells. This not only helps your brain function more effectively, but also reduces the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. The more you feed your brain these nourishing nutrients, the more efficiently it can process and store information. And let's not forget the importance of lifestyle habits in this equation. A healthy diet alone can do wonders, but combining it with regular physical activity, stress management, and good sleep is where the magic happens. Exercise, for instance, doesn't just boost blood flow to the brain, it also promotes the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which is like fertilizer for your brain cells. BDNF encourages the growth of new neurons and synapses, making it easier for your brain to learn and remember new information. Stress management, on the other hand, is crucial for protecting your brain from the harmful effects of chronic stress. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that, over time, can damage the hippocampus, an area of your brain responsible for memory and learning. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, or simply taking time to relax, you can help lower cortisol levels and support your brain's long-term health. Sleep is just as important in this mix. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, processes information, and clears out toxins that can accumulate throughout the day. Without enough quality sleep, your brain struggles to function properly, leading to poor memory, difficulty concentrating, and mental fatigue. That's why getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night is essential for maintaining sharp mental clarity, especially as we age. By now, it's clear that maintaining mental clarity after 60 is not just about eating the right foods, but also adopting a holistic approach that supports your overall brain health. Eating fatty fish, berries, nuts, and leafy greens gives your brain the nutrients it needs to thrive. But pairing those with physical activity, stress management, and proper sleep creates an environment where your brain can function at its best. The best part? You don't have to make drastic changes all at once. Start by adding a serving of fatty fish to your meals a couple of times a week, and gradually incorporate more brain-boosting foods like berries, nuts, and leafy greens. Consider taking a walk each day or starting a mindfulness practice to help manage stress. Over time, these small changes will add up, and you'll start to notice improvements in your mental clarity, focus, and overall well-being. Remember, your brain is like any other muscle. It thrives when you give it the right nutrients, exercise, and care. By nourishing it with the right foods and adopting healthy lifestyle habits, you're setting yourself up for years of sharp, clear thinking. And here's the thing, it's never too late to start. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even older, you can make positive changes that will have a lasting impact on your brain health. Just like physical fitness, mental fitness is something we can work on every day. You have the power to improve your memory, stay sharp, and live with mental clarity well into your later years. So as you move forward in your journey to better brain health, keep these tips in mind. Add more fatty fish to your meals, snack on some berries, and get those leafy greens onto your plate. Pair that with regular exercise, stress management, and quality sleep, and you'll be amazed at how much sharper your mind can become. I hope this video has given you some valuable insights into how you can boost your mental clarity and keep your brain in top shape. Let me know in the comments which food you're most excited to try, or if you have any brain-boosting tips of your own. I'd love to hear how you're taking care of your mind. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy and sharp at any age. Here's to a clearer mind and a brighter future.